Hello, and welcome back to Liz and Sandro's Marketing Podcast, where we give you tips and insight on websites, social media, reputation management, and more. Today, Sandro is going to be giving us some additional reasons why we need to keep up with our Google My Business page.
Thanks, Liz. In terms of local searches, Google will rank you on three things: relevance, distance, and prominence. Recent reports are showing most businesses are not taking full advantage of Google My Business. They just set their GMB, that's what we're going to be calling it from here on out, GMB. They just set it up and forget about it, which is terrible, mainly because GMB is one of the, if not the most influential factor for you to rank locally. So this is aimed at small businesses like restaurants, mechanics, spas, basically small local shops where people would be looking, can walk into. So a brick and mortar location where you are selling something. This isn't aimed at online only stores or events or brands or celebrities. So have a brick and mortar location. And this ties into another reason you want to keep up with your Google My Business dashboard. It's a big factor in appearing in Google Maps results. So if you happen to change your address or your website or anything else, these things will appear in your Google Maps, and you want Google Maps to know exactly where you are. Another reason to keep up with this is you want to keep tabs on your reviews. If you're a solid business and you care about your image and making your customers happy, then you have to care about reviews. Yeah, there's the terrible people out there who only want to make other people miserable, and they're sure to do this in the form of leaving terrible reviews, regardless of their experience or the fact that you're trying to make the situation right. However, there are those reviews that will be constructive and point out some missteps you may have had, in addition to all the guests who leave great feedback for the wonderful work you're doing. You want to stay on top of it by keeping up with your Google reviews, and the only way to do this is by claiming and keeping up with your Google My Business dashboard. And of course, two other reasons: Google Q&A and Google Posts. More and more people are turning to Q&As to learn more about your business and ask questions. This can be a goldmine for you to see blind spots, that maybe things you completely forgot about on your website. We had a client and we saw a lot of Q&As about happy hour, and we realized we did not have the happy hour information on the website. This is important.
I just used this feature, the questions feature. I'm traveling in a couple weeks, and I wanted to know some of the amenities that were going to be provided by the hotel. And one I was looking for was not listed, so I literally just posed a question on Google Q&A, and someone seems to be answering the question. So we'll see if I get a response.
Oh, you haven't gotten a response yet?
No, I literally just like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
posted the question.
And it's 2 a.m. over there. So.
Right, yeah. I'm traveling to Australia, so it'll be a hot minute before I hear back.
And of course, Google Posts, more and more information is coming out that Google Posts are becoming more and more prominent for Google and may even start ranking you higher. And you can only do that, again, through the GMB dashboard. Another reason is that Google will now let you book appointments or set up appointments through Google My Business. You can set reservations, appointments, sign up for a spin class, buy tickets to events, all through GMB. Then there's a growing list of providers that Google is working with. Right now there's about 40. Looks like they're adding another 30 here soon. We'll provide a link to that whole list. And our penultimate reason to keep up with GMB is that anyone can suggest an edit to your listing. For some reason, we have a restaurant, a client that does deliver food, but every week someone just goes in there and changes it, suggests they do not deliver food. So I have to go in there and change it. Yes, we do deliver. So just keep up on the edits. I know one restaurant, they closed for 2 weeks for repairs, and suddenly someone said they're out of business. I had to actually call the owner and say, hey, are you out of business? He's like, no, we're on vacation. And so we had to change that by keeping up with the Google My Business. And finally, another reason, you can now see many of the queries used to find your business. About 5 years ago, Google removed from Google Analytics the query or term used to find your website. And many, many people, SEOs and businesses, were angry. But it was Google's way of saying, don't focus on keywords. Just make it a great site aimed at customers. Don't try to game our system. Well, now they're kind of reversing course a little bit. If you're the primary owner of your GMB, you can view in the Insights tab a list of, quote, the most popular queries for your business by unique users. And you can only do it for the past week or the past month, but it's something. You can see how many people searched for that term and found you, and the number of terms that you're ranking for. So if you're really into seeing what keywords are being used to find your business, you can only do that in Google My Business. So these are all great reasons that will hopefully motivate you to spend some time on your GMB dashboard at least a couple of times a month and not just set it and forget it.
Awesome. I didn't know about the keyword query piece. That's really important. Another observation, I feel like with the rise of the internet, for a certain number of years, it was probably totally cool if you were a completely virtual business because you had a website and that was great. But I feel like as GMB and maps-based search have become so prominent, we've gone back to the brick and mortar a little bit.
Local, yeah, you're right. I mean, Amazon is opening in physical bookstores and physical stores now. You're seeing that more and more.
Yeah, and I've come across clients who were like, no, I just have a PO box, or I'm home base, and you can't do anything to further optimize for them beyond their website
Or links.
Right.
Yeah, and I actually have a friend. She had a clothing store. She makes clothes and sells clothes and locally. Well, she's gone to all online after having a store for 5 years, and after closing the store, she saw some of her rankings drop, especially locally. She's a big name in the community, and those rankings just dropped once her physical location closed. Business is picking up nationally, but online, but it was a big drop. You're right.
For local traffic.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, these are great reasons why we should all be keeping up with our GMB profiles. So add these to your list, put it on your calendar, and like Sandro said, make sure you are getting in there at least once a month to check out things because there's a lot of good info there.
I know there's some agencies out there charging $1,200 a month just to do this for you. I believe in you as a small business, so you can do this.
You can do this on your own. What, maybe 20 minutes? 30 minutes of work?
Per month, yeah. 15 minutes every other week, yeah.
Yeah, so get in there, start doing it. That wraps up today's episode. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We are on iTunes and Google Podcasts, and now Spotify, which we are super excited about. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Send us a question. We'd love to hear from you, and we will definitely give you a shout out on the show. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.